Machiavelli Mills TV. What's going on, y'all? So I want to make a video. I'm going to make a video about the benefits of the top black athletes choosing to go to HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. Just imagine, right, if the McDonald's All-Americans are the top high school basketball players. If they chose to go to HBCUs, just imagine like the effects of that for the black community in general. Right? It would be profound. And I know a lot of people are going to try to hit me with the rebuttals like, nah, a lot of these kids don't want to go to the HBCUs because they can't offer the same things that the PWIs can offer. The PWIs are the predominantly white institutions. The schools like Duke, Kentucky, Ohio State, Florida, Michigan, they can provide the student athletes with better facilities, better uniforms. They also have a better pipeline to the NFL or the NBA. And I ask this, right? Why do you think they have the better resources at those schools? Right? Why do you think that is available for them? Why do you think they have the money to get all these renovations done to these different buildings and facilities and all of this type of stuff? Because the black athlete is there, right? Because in the revenue generating sports, football and basketball, they are made up of majority African American athletes, right? And if the top talent, the commodities are at those schools, of course the school is going to be booming. Like economically, financially, the school going to be booming because those athletes are bringing in revenue, millions and billions of dollars for these schools and the NCAA and these institutions. Period. Period. When you watch March Madness on TV, when you watching Duke and Zion Williamson play, they getting money every single game. Them boys advancing. The school getting paid. NCAA getting paid. And that makes money for them to renovate the dorm rooms, renovate the math and science building. They gives them money to pour into the academic programs, to pour into recruitment efforts, to recruit regular students to come to the school. All those things. They gives them more money to get better uniforms and everything because the black athletes are at those schools, right? So that's why, yeah, they have better resources at the PWIs because the top black athletes go to those schools. If the top black athletes went to Jackson State or Mississippi Valley State University, my alma mater, if they went to these schools, Howard, Hampton, Grambling, if they went to Prairie View, if they went to Virginia State, if they went to schools like that, look, the resources would grow extremely. They would get better extremely. You would get better resources, absolutely, because those top athletes, the top 20, the top 10 players go to the HBCUs. The money gonna come pouring in. Why? Because the camera crew gonna find a way to go to these HBCUs no matter what. Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing about camera and TV. They're gonna go where the best players are. No matter where it is, they're gonna go and they're gonna find out a way to present these people on TV because they need those ratings to make that money. Right? At the end of the day, if the camera crew got to go to Itta Bena, Mississippi, where my school is, Mississippi Valley State University, if they got to go to Itta Bena, they going to go. They going to find a way to get there and record and put them guys, the best players, on TV because they know the best players sell at the end of the day, right? They're going to figure out a way to put them on TV regardless. So, hey, the exposure going to come. The money going to come pouring in because, hey, the TV network's gonna want to sign a deal with your school with Mississippi Valley State. Hey, can we please present your school on CBS, on TNT during March Madness? Can we show them on ESPN? The money gonna come pouring in, and when the money comes pouring in for the schools, guess what happens to the HBCUs? A lot of these HBCUs are struggling financially. They're struggling to stay afloat, struggling to stay open. They don't have any money to pour into the academic programs. However, if the black athlete comes, all the money come raining in. It comes rolling in. Because, look, hey, you gonna get all these TV deals gonna get done when you got the top athletes there. They gonna win these. They gonna win so much. They gonna win so many games that revenue gonna increase like for the apparel, everything. And then that money will pour into the academic programs to get the academic programs better, to get them better resources, get them better equipment. And when they have better equipment, they're more equipped to be successful in their career field after college, right? I say that because this, right? And I was a mass communication major. If if we had some of the top athletes at Mississippi Valley State University, if we had the top 20, top 10 athletes at the school, right, that would generate revenue that could be put into the communication department, which will help us get better camera equipment, better editing equipment, all different type of other things that would make my college reel better. It would present it better, so that, you know what, people can look and say, that's a professional reel. They had top quality equipment. He got a great job. He did, well, of course, your work, period, that has to be profound. But you know what? I can put it better smoothly for me to be more appealing to these other organizations after I graduate. If I got the right equipment to make my reel look better, we good. And the better equipment comes from the money that the athletes generate, right? Not only that, though, if the college athletes go to HBCUs, the top black college athletes go to HBCUs, right? More money is going to come in to be able to pay these educators. And I don't know about other institutions, but it was a lot of black teachers. Majority black teachers at my school, NVSU, right? A lot of black educators. You can pay them what they're worth. Pay them the money that they're worth. You can renovate these facilities, the dorm rooms that people be like, oh, the HBCUs don't have the best dorm rooms. The HBCU dorm rooms will get renovated if the black athletes come to the HBCUs, because they're going to bring in the money to fix up the school, to make it more presentable, to pour more money into the academic programs. Also, this is one thing I found out. The better your athletic program is, the more the school will grow, the more the school will expand, which will in turn better the economy in the surrounding area. When I say that, right, I notice when a school is thriving, more is put into the community to accommodate the student body and the residents of the town. Prime example, I went to Arkansas State University for graduate school. When I was at Arkansas State, I always heard the stories about, it was in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I always heard about how Jonesboro was steady growing year after year after year. They would put more grocery stores. They put a restaurant here, a restaurant there. They'll put some type of entertainment facility there to accommodate the student body, to make the town more attractive for the student body, to improve the life for the individuals in the community, right? Just imagine what would happen to a place like Ida in Mississippi if the top athletes was coming there. You get more groceries. They don't have no grocery stores. You get grocery stores. They don't have to travel way outside of town to go to get some groceries from a grocery store. They don't have to go to Greenwood to Walmart. They can go right into Ida, and they have grocery stores. They have entertainment facilities. They have a movie theater, things like that, to better the surrounding area. They'll put more parks and they'll pour into the community, put more parks and recreational places for the kids to play. If the money is if the school is booming and is thriving, they will be forced to make the community better. They will have to. They will be forced to do that. And the reason why Jonesboro was booming like that was because they had a football team. They have a football team that's always winning football games. The Arkansas State Red Wolves, they're always in a bowl game. And the football team does well. It brings in a lot of money for the programs. Also, too, man, if the top black athletes go to HBCUs, you will have less of these money games being played. For those who don't know what money games are when like a small school, HBCU, like, for example, Southern University, they are a school in a SWAC, along with Mississippi Valley State, Jackson State, Grambling State, Prairie View A&M, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, all these other schools. They're all in that same conference, right? Southern will play a University of Georgia. Georgia is way, the comparison between the football programs of those schools is no comparison at all. It's like, man, they are so much more, they are elite compared to Southern University. But Southern will play Georgia, even though Georgia has a different tier of athlete compared to Southern University. They'll play those schools, right? And they'll get blown out, but they'll play it for money because they get money to play these big schools. Small schools get money to play these big schools. In these big games, in these money games, you get kids getting hurt because they are not the equivalent athlete. At these big time schools, they got nutrition, they got nutritional plan, they got all type of meal plans, they got weight room facilities that will make them be bigger, stronger, faster athletes. When you got bigger, stronger, faster athletes playing against athletes that are not, as big or as strong or as fast, that leads to injuries. I saw the young boy from Southern University, Devon Gales, get injured, paralyzed. It's not permanently, I don't think, but he's been in a wheelchair for a while. I think he just started to try to make some steps. In 2015, the young boy from Southern University got hit so hard by a Georgia player who was much bigger, much stronger, much more athletically inclined due to all the different regimens that he's on. The food plan, the facilities, probably the weight program that he's on is much better at Georgia than it is at Southern. And that young man got hit by that player at Georgia. The young man from Southern, Devon Gales, got hit. The wide receiver got hit so hard he was paralyzed. And things like that are going to happen when you got schools playing against each other that are not on the same level. But the HBCUs are forced to play these games to get this money. They want to get the big money. Mississippi Valley State has to play Duke University. They have to, in a non-conference schedule. They gotta play Ohio State. They gotta play North Carolina. They gotta play Kentucky to get money for the program, to keep the programs to stay afloat. Right? You don't have to play these. When you got black colleges, the top black athletes at HBCUs. These schools don't have to risk injury. Kids don't have to risk getting hit by a big time player and risking injury and getting paralyzed and stuff like that. Just to get money for the school to play these big games. These money games don't have to happen if the kids go to HBCUs. But I know one thing though. If kids start going to HBCUs, the NCAA gonna find a way to try to put an end to that. I know they will. Because they want the athletes to go to Duke, to Florida State. They want them to go to the University of Miami. They want them to go to Georgia. They want them to go to all these schools. They want them to. If they start going to Mississippi Valley State and Howard and Hampton and Alabama A&M, Alabama State and all those Arkansas Pine Bluff, NCAA gonna find out a way to pay them boys then. They gonna find out a way to pay collegiate athletes then. And then they will say, well, you know what? The HBCUs don't have enough money to pay y'all what y'all want to get paid. Y'all got to come with us because we got enough money to pay y'all what y'all want to be paid for real. And then that's going to create the friction at that point, But I was just trying to lay out the benefits of the top black athletes choosing to go to HBCUs for real. I think it'll just be a lot of benefits for the black community in general, man. Just like my school right now, Mississippi Valley State University has Lindsey Hunter at the school. Lindsey Hunter, the two-time NBA champion with the Los Angeles Lakers, with the Detroit Pistons. He went to HBCU, Jackson State. Lindsey is coaching Valley. Most coaches use HBCUs as a stepping stone to get the big-time college job at the big schools, right? But just imagine if Lindsey Hunter said, you know what? I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay at Valley. We're going to build this program up. Yeah, Valley may not have the money to pay him what he ultimately wants to be paid now, but if he stays at Valley, builds the program up, and a guy like Lindsey Hunter can recruit top 20, top 10, top 20 talent. I feel like he can. Top 20, top 30 talent. If he brings in top 30 players into the program, right, and they start winning games against big schools in a non-conference schedule and start killing a conference schedule, right? Money gonna come into the school at some point. You keep getting them top athletes to come to that program, money gonna pour into the school, and the school will be able to pay Lindsey what he wants because the money is coming in perfectly fine, right? He stay at the HBCU, keep the program thriving, more students come, more top athletes come to the program. More money comes in for the school. More renovation get done on campus. The academic programs improve because you got more money going into these programs. The science program gets better. They get better technology, better equipment. They get better internships and all type of stuff starts to pour into the school because more money is being put into the school. And that money comes from the athletic programs, because I'm telling you right now, athletics runs a lot of the top academic schools. A lot of the athletics brings in everything that they need. Seriously, athletics brings in everything that they need. I see it all the time. So, and then remember back in the day, man, all the black college, a lot of the top black talent, all of them came from black colleges. Jerry Rice, the greatest wide receiver of all time, came from my school, Mississippi Valley State University. Walter Payton went to Jackson State University. Shannon Sharp went to Savannah State. Deacon Jones went to South Carolina State for 1 year, then went to my school, Mississippi Valley State University. After that, you had all these top players, man. They went to a lot of them went to black colleges and went to the pros and excelled. So it happened once upon a time because, what happened? Why they didn't go? A lot of them didn't go because they weren't welcome at the predominantly white institutions. So they had nowhere else to go but the black colleges. And then at some point, even before Jerry Rice I'm talking about, and before then, a lot of the top college athletes couldn't go. So they weren't welcome on a lot of the PWI campuses. And then the PWI say, we're going to embrace y'all with open arms because we see a lot of y'all got top athletes at the HBCUs. Y'all come over here with us. And then, you can bring money into this program. And I always notice this too. In the revenue generating sports, a lot of times you got to go to college. And I say it is beneficial for football because football is like a very physical game. And I think a young man's body must mature. But when they made that one and done rule for the NBA, that you got to go to the college for 1 year, that's not to improve your basketball skills. That's to get some money for the NCAA. Like, look at all the money they would have missed out on if Zion Williamson could go straight to the league. NCAA would have missed out on so much money if Zion couldn't go. If Zion can go straight to high school, if he could have made the jump from high school to NBA, the NCAA would have missed out on so much money. But they say, you know what? We need to start finding out a way to get some money from these kids as top athletes. If LeBron James would have went to college, man, if they would have had that rule in, NCAA would have been they would have had they would have been swimming in a pool of money had LeBron had to go to college if that one and done rule was out. You know what I mean? If that one and done rule was in, LeBron would have had to go to college, and the NCAA would have made a killing off him. Look, I see it all, and that's not to make them get better. You really can't get that much better in 1 year of basketball in college. You really can't get that much better and improve that much. They want them to go there for 1 year to get their share of money off of them young boys. To get money off their sweat equity. That's what it's about, man. It all comes down to money at the end of the day. But what I'm saying is, the black athlete can go to HBCUs and pour that money back into the black community. Again, a lot of these HBCUs are often in black neighborhoods, black communities. Why was that? The Delta of Mississippi, especially in Itta made up of all majority black folks. Just imagine if the top athlete chose to go to Mississippi Valley in Itta community would thrive. It would grow. It'd be forced to grow. Because the team is doing so well, the money getting poured into the school, they would be forced to put a grocery stores in Itta, forced to put some type of shopping center or some type of entertainment facility in Itta for the kids and student body to go to, forced to put parks and all different type of recreational facilities for the kids to play in, all that type of stuff. They will be forced to make restaurants and stuff for people to go to, forced to put a Walmart or something in there. They would have to. Because the school thriving so much, they're like, man, we got to accommodate these students, man. The student body would grow. You would be able to pay faculty and staff more money because the school has more money. The facilities will get better. Academic programs get better. All of that, man, that will come from the black athlete. That's like the black athlete will bring in all that revenue, which will help to advance the black community. A lot of the teachers, I can't speak on other HBCUs. I know mine in particular. A lot of those teachers in there are black. A lot of them, majority of them are black. So, put more money into the pockets of these educators that's teaching the kids how to thrive at the next level. So yeah, man. People were like, oh, well, the other schools got all the prestigious stuff. They got better facilities. They got better facilities because the athletes are there. If the athletes came to the black colleges, you would see better facilities. You would see better uniforms. Sponsorships would just come in droves at Jackson State or Howard or something. If R.J. Barrett and all of them boys would have went to HBCU. Seriously, man. Like, come on. Can y'all imagine if Kevin Durant? I watched Kevin Durant, and I watched Kevin Durant give like 3 or 4 million in Texas. I saw somebody else gave, and KD went to Texas for 1 year. He probably only had class. Real talk. A lot of athletes that's one and done. They got one. They only take class for 1 semester. That second semester, they do not be in class because it does not matter. They go into the NBA anyway. The second semester, the only reason they would go to the second semester of class is if they were trying to be eligible for the next year. Them boys is done after that 1 year. They go to class for that 1 semester, is over with. Kevin Durant probably went to class for that 1 semester, and that was it. And he gave a lot of millions of dollars to Texas. Texas don't need no damn millions of dollars. They don't need that. Duke don't need millions of dollars. Ohio State and Michigan don't need millions and millions of dollars. They don't. The HBCUs need that money desperately. Desperately to stay open, man. They need that money, man. Like, for real. If Morris Brown would have had that money, just imagine that. If Morehouse would have had that money, all these type of schools, man. They would, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley, Alcorn State, FAMU would have had that money, man. They need that money more than Michigan and Texas and all of that. They don't need that bread. Even Dr. Dre gave like 30-something million to UCLA, or 70-something million or something they gave to UCLA, or USC or something. USC, I think it was. USC. I'm looking like, USC don't need that money for real. Man, if you don't get that money to an HBCU, bro, like if you don't get it, I can't tell. I can't tell no man where to put his money at. He can do whatever he want to do with his money. But I know that USC don't need that money. They don't need this 30 something million, 70 million. They don't need that. You know who does? Them HBCUs. Hampton, Virginia State, Wilberforce. I always have a problem saying Wilberforce. What's some other? Central State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida Memorial. All those schools need that, man. They need that money. Seriously, those HBCU, Jacksonville State, they need that money. Not those big schools, but again, a lot of the college athletes are going to give money to the schools that they went to personally, the schools that they have a relationship with the staff, and they know the people that's going to get the money in the program and all of that. If they go to HBCUs, they're going to get back to the HBCUs because that's where they went, you know? And I'm not saying that athletes that went to predominantly white institutions, they still won't give back to HBCUs, but I feel like a lot of times you are inclined to give back to the school that you went to. This is how it is. So if they went to HBCUs, they would give the millions and millions of dollars that they've made back to, you know, the institution, the HBCU that they went to. And yes, I know Dr. Dre is not an athlete, but I think his daughter go to USC, and that's what made him want to give all his money to USC. You know, his daughter go there. He want to give back to USC. I'm looking like USC got all the programs and resources that your daughter needs. You know who don't got the resources? Who don't got it? Ask Bethune-Cookman, do they need that? FAMU. What's a Stillman College in Alabama? Ask those schools. Ask Alabama A&M. Ask University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Do they need that? They definitely need it, man. They absolutely need it. And I know I did a lot of rambling, a lot of stuttering and things like that, but it's just like, I was just thinking like what the benefits. I have to talk about the benefits of a black athlete going to an HBCU. I have to. because it would just be definitely a big help to the black community in general, man. You would increase the pay of the faculty and staff at the school. Facilities will get much better. They will improve. Their academic programs will get better because they have better resources, better equipment. Kids will in turn be better prepared for their professional careers once they get out of school because they've had practice with professional equipment. They know how to work the professional equipment already because it's in their schools already. If the athletes there at their school, if the top black athletes are at their school, they're going to get the money. They're going to have the money pouring in to get the equipment that people use right at the job that they want to be at. They can get the camera equipment that the news anchors and all them use, and the editing equipment that the news that the newsroom uses. They'll know how to work that and know how to work it, and bam, get a job right at the facility, right at whatever organization or whatever news outlet they want to be at, because they know how to work the equipment that they require to be able to work. You're like, I don't need no training. I know how to work the equipment. I've worked it at my school before. We have those things at our school. And you have better sponsorships, better connections. You have the networks will come. ESPN will be at Valley and be in contact with the mass communication department. Hey, y'all got some good kids over here. You guys want to come and help commentate? You want to color commentate? You want to work with us for a little bit? And then they like, I can put this on my resume. I work with ESPN. ESPN come to my school all the time. Because that's what happens at the big schools. At the big schools, and the big top schools, ESPN come to the school and they come and they work with the talent at the school. They come work with the kids in the communication program. And then they'll have it on their resume that they work with them, and ESPN will hire them and say, you know what, we're going to bring you on a board. Or Turner will say, we saw you work with them. Come on, let's come work with us. We see that on your resume. You had the opportunity to work with them because those ESPN and them was coming to your school, right? ESPN ain't coming to Stillman College like that. They not coming down there. They not coming unless they have a reason to come. And the reason for the big news outlets to come is if the top athletes are there. They gonna come wherever the top athletes at. It don't matter where they at. They gonna come and find them. They could be in Wyoming somewhere. Then they gonna come find them. The university could be in the hood. And guess what? The camera crew gonna come. They're gonna have police escort, but they gonna come up in that joint. And they gonna come and record them kids. They gonna come and put them on TV because they know that is what sells. And truth be told, man, I just feel like if I was a top athlete, I want to go to HBCU just so I can get it rocking, man. I want to get it. I want to be in an atmosphere where the band gonna be jumping and bumping. I want to be in an atmosphere where the school spirit gonna be at the highest of the high. And I know that PWIs definitely got school spirit. For sure, I ain't saying that. But the HBCU's got a different type of flavor. The different type of the music that's going to be playing is going to be the music that I bop to, that I fool with. I'm going to be hearing my music in the crowd. I'm going to get amped up. We got I'm telling y'all. The student life for the Black Greek letter organizations, man, what? It'll be jumping. I had it on TV, man. Look, if I'm an athlete, they would have saw me on TV being a noob. I'd have been in there shimmying and everything after I scored. So you gonna see the student section. It's gonna be crazy, man. I just would want to be in that environment as an athlete. It'll just be dope to be having that around you. Like, just imagine if Zion was at Howard or he was at Hampton or Mississippi Valley State or Jackson State or at Southern. If he was at Tuskegee, man, it would have been jumping at Tuskegee, man. It would have been jumping at Tuskegee. He was there. LeBron came through. LeBron coming through and go to Wilberforce. If he go to like I said, Hampton, Howard. If he go to Jackson State, of LeBron with the Grambling. LeBron at Grambling, man. What? It's jumping. Virginia State. He at Virginia State hooping like that. He at Bethune-Cookman getting down. They gonna come in droves, and it's gonna be jumping, and all them reporters gonna be forced to come to whatever town it's in, even if it's a little town, if it's in the woods somewhere, they gonna come report, they gonna come interview, they gonna come with their pen and pad, they gonna come with the cameras out, because they gotta go where the story is. If the story at the black colleges, they gonna go, and the money gonna pour in, because The TV network's gonna be forced to work with them schools because they like, you know what, y'all got the athletes. We want to see the best athletes presented on TV, so we working with y'all, and that's just how it's gonna be. I watch these schools sign all these $1 million deals with the SEC network and with ESPN and TNT and CBS, and I be like, damn man, look, just imagine all that money Alabama get. Just imagine if Mississippi Valley, Alcorn, Virginia State, and all these other schools had that, man. Just imagine if the HBCUs had that money, man. Seriously, man. Like all the potential that they could have, all of the school would blossom, man. It would be beautiful to watch. Beautiful, man. Alabama A&M, Alabama State had that bread like that, man. You can't tell me it wouldn't be beautiful to see that. So, yeah, man, those are the benefits of the black athletes going to HBCUs. Look, you can go where you want to go. You can play where you want to play. I'm not saying you got to be around nothing but black people 24/7 and all of that. I'm telling you what the benefits would be for the black community if black athletes went to HBCUs. What would happen to the black colleges? What would be the benefits of it? I feel like the benefits would be profound. Machiavelli Mills TV, thanks for tuning in with me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell everybody else about this channel. Comment with your feedback, how you feel about what I'm saying. If you are indifferent to it, if you agree, if you're in the middle, let me know why and explain that, and let's have dialogue in the comment section. Peace.